Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope you all had an amazing trading day yesterday. We're going to do what we do each and every day, looking for the same 10 to 12 futures markets, identifying potential breakouts and reversals. Let's dive in. S&P this morning, we are up 5 points, a little bit of sideways price action. Now, we had a live trade room last night. If you joined the live trade room with us, we talked about a couple of different positions that came close to hitting in the overnight, but we'll talk about those. If you missed it, feel free, go to TradersArmy.com, join us for our free preview week. You can even watch last night's archived edition if you want to watch the recordings of last night's session. So we are still kind of firmly planted in a sideways price action. I don't really see an opportunity for a reversal trade that's inside of our demand level here. We do have a supply level up here, but this is the all-time high. And so, shorting against the all-time high is always a bit more risky. We do have, I think, still an opportunity for price to fall from where we are right now. I'm just not sure that I'm willing to jump in and take a flyer on it. But there is the possibility that we have this area here for a potential breakdown. So keep an eye on basing right in front of this area. If we drop a little bit, let's see if we base in front of this area, there could then be a little bit of a move down from that zone. We already had one breakdown below that area. This could be a second opportunity at that spot. Looking at the Nasdaq, we've got a supply level here up above us, which we've not come close to as of yet, and then our demand level here down below us. Remember that our Nasdaq had been a bit stronger, but we fell off on Friday a little bit harder in the Nasdaq than we did in any of the other markets. Crude oil. So in crude oil, we actually had a potential for a breakdown below this area here based on the price action we were seeing last evening. And last night in the live trade room, prices were right around here. Now, you see this little yellow circle. This tells me that I would need to have seen basing in this area to take this breakout. So even though we broke out below, it does not mean that I've got an entry. And I don't have an entry because I needed the breakout to really confirm that entry. And I didn't get the basing. Excuse me, I need the basing, not the breakout. I need the basing to confirm that entry. So now I would look for some sort of a retracement. And on a retracement, I think there's an opportunity. So I'm going to look at this area right here, which is a little wick over wick zone that you see on the 15-minute chart. So right in here would be the area 5378 by 5385 that I would identify for probabilities. Next is gold. Gold, we've got a little bit of a supply level here up above us. We've come really close to it. I mean, really, really close to it, and we didn't get filled. So whenever we come that close to a level and we don't get filled, I need to switch it to a confirmation entry. Found this one last night, and unfortunately, it just did not come all the way up to our level. Doesn't mean the level's dead. It just tells me that I need to be cautious about it as price comes back to that zone. Let's take a look next at our bonds and currency markets. Now, when looking at the bonds and currencies last night, we saw one really standard fact that there wasn't a whole lot to do, just a lot of waiting as price came into some levels. So first thing here is the ZN, which is our 10-year note. We had a little bit of a gap up on last evening. Price gapped up. And our trade last night was to look at it from a candle-to-candle perspective. So anybody who kind of followed through on that, you actually got a little bit of a trade and a nice little move down from that zone. Your entry was right. First candle that was candle-to-candle. Your stop was here. Your entry was right about there. This actually occurred while we were in the room. And so the next candle, you'd move your stop to here. And then down to here, and then down to here. So you're stopped out on this green candle right in here. So you pick up a nice little move if you went with a candle-to-candle short. Leave me a comment down below if you were in the room and able to catch that one last night. And now you know, when I look at it, I'm going to look at a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to identify this area here for a potential breakout to the upside. I will need basing to occur somewhere inside of this area here, this far away from price, to make it worthwhile. But this, I think, could be a decent breakout opportunity. In the Aussie, we actually changed this limit entry to a confirmation entry. And as we've come into the level, you notice that we based in front of it, and now we've come up and not quite pierced the level, but just about. So I'm going to remove this area altogether. There's no reason to force that trade and get into it. I will say, though, that we had a little bit of basing here before we got into the zone, so that may now act as a little bit of a level. In the euro, there's a supply level here up above us that we are still kind of waiting on, remembering that our big picture trend is, kind of reversed and is heading up, so kind of keep that area there in mind. And that area we got to go way back left to find the origin of that area, and it's this pivot high up here. And then the Canadian dollar, we had this area set up for a potential breakout. If I go to a 4-hour chart, you can see it's this area in here, but we're going to need basing to happen. And right now we're rallying right up to it. So if we base for a little bit in front of here, I think we could see a potential for a long breakout. If we don't base and we just pop through it, then I'd have to look to this area right here for potential reversal. Great British Pound, Japanese Yen, as we inch closer and closer to Brexit. My thoughts last night were that I thought there was a chance we actually could roll over and come down a little bit before moving higher. We didn't do that, and we frankly had no entrance for either one. So I'm just going to continue to hold off on this one. When I go to the 4-hour, it's a parabolic move up on the 4-hour chart here of the pound. Momentum is still pretty strong overall. Not a whole lot of weakening, a little bit of weakening momentum, but not a whole lot of weakening on the momentum. And price is continuing to make a stronger upward move. So we'll see what that one continues to do. And then the Japanese yen, we are sitting right above a potential breakout point. So keep an eye on a breakdown below this level in here. So that being said, I hope you guys all have an amazing trading day. If there's anything I can help you with, please send us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Tuesday night is our live Q&A, so feel free to join us for our live Q&A session. To join us for our live Q&A session, all you've got to do is be a free member of tradersarmy.com, and you'll get the information of how to join us. We're opening it up this week for our free preview week. So hope you guys all have a great day. If you need something, send us an email. I will talk to you soon. See you.